Hello there, welcome to Yearly Reviews, the weekly web series reviewing the video games that I played for the year of 2020 because I had nothing better to do during a pandemic. So without further ado, let's jump right into this week's review. So, for the sake of this review, I'm going to repeat a certain part of my intro, the weekly web series where I go through all the games I played in 2020. Now that doesn't mean every game that came out in 2020, just the ones I played last year. In fact, if we were only reviewing games that came out in 2020, then it'd only be about 3 episodes. I'm mentioning this because people might consider me cheating when reviewing this game, but they just need to pay attention. That being said, most games on this show have come out sometime around the last decade, with I think 2014 or 2012 being the cutting off point. The game we're reviewing, on the other hand, Psychonauts, came out in 2005. So let's see if this game still holds up after about 15 years of age. In a world where actual psychics exist, and they don't try to rip you off, there's an elite team of secret agent psychics calling themselves the Psychonauts. A few Psychonaut members have become instructors at Whispering Rock Psychic Summer Camp, training psychic kids to become future Psychonauts. One night, our protagonist sneaks into the camp, a kid from the circus named Raz. Raz has to prove himself to the adults that he's worthy of being a Psychonaut by going into people's minds and solving them the burdens inside. But mental people are pretty mental, so it certainly won't be easy, as in the background there's a grand conspiracy where kids in the camp are going missing, but reappearing without their brain, which Raz must solve with clues he finds in people's heads. So let's discuss the first thing that comes to mind when talking about Psychonauts, and that are the levels, or more accurately, the minds you inhabit. They can be pretty creative and cool at times, with some examples being the Milkman Conspiracy, from the mind of a conspiracy nut, Black Velvetopia, a town haunted by a massive bull, Lungfishopolis, a satire on monster movies from the 50s, and more. Another thing I have to commend this game for is its humour. Sometimes the game can be pretty funny and really showcases how great the writing for this game is, with some absurd moments to boot.
I am the milkman. My milk is delicious. Special delivery today.
It doesn't surprise me that this game is from the mind of Tim Schafer, who was also behind such games as Grim Fandango, Brutal Legend, and Broken Age. Also, I like the overworld. I couldn't really place this point anywhere else, so I thought I should mention it here. I think the one thing that hasn't really aged well is some parts of the platforming. Maybe if the controls were tightened a bit they wouldn't be as bad, but they're not horrible. You know what is horrible though? The final level of the game, the Meat Circus. Now I don't think I over exaggerate many things, but I'm pretty confident in saying that the Meat Circus probably is one of the worst levels I've ever played, and for those of you who have played it are probably thinking of the escort section. But no, there's a much worse part, and that is the climbing section. I probably died more times for this specific part than other bits in the game combined, and the constant taunts you receive along with the tightrope section just piss me off, easily the worst part of the game. But don't take that away from the fact that Psychonauts is actually a pretty good game. Aside from a few minor problems, it still has aged pretty well considering the year that it was made. The humour and creativity in this game is top notch and is endlessly imaginative despite having only 10 levels. And hey, Psychonauts 2 is coming out pretty soon, and time will only tell if it will live up to the original or even surpass it in terms of quality. And now, because he wanted to be in the video, here's Bish again giving his thoughts on Psychonauts.
Give me your thoughts on Psychonauts.
Great game, good story, amazing design, can't wait for the second one to come out. Overall thoughts 10 out of 10.
Now piss off.
So yeah, if you haven't already, go check out Psychonauts. It's cheap off the PS Store, and while it doesn't look that great visually nowadays, you should still play it for a bit. Hey folks, thanks for sticking to the end of this review. If you like what you saw here, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate you guys making comments on these videos. They make up my day and I read every single one of them. If you like what you saw here, feel free to look at the newest review and look at the latest review. And if you want to watch more, feel free to hit that bell so you know when a new review drops. See ya, and thanks for watching.